Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is October 12th, 2018. I gotta give a shout out to my man Christopher Walken. Always hit me with those hip hop classics. Today he wanted me to play some Outkast, SpottieOttieDopaliscious off that Aquemini album. May have been Outkast's best album. You guys let me know which one you think is the best Outkast album. But what's going on, people? Another day, hopefully another dollar. Probably not for many of us in this crypto game if you're not playing both sides of the market. But today we're going to be talking about why the market may be down. There are rumors going around about Bitfinex blown all out of proportion, but we'll take a look at what the streets are talking about in regards to Bitfinex pausing any tether withdrawals or deposits, I believe. So we're going to look at that. I think it may have something to do with them and this new partnership with HSBC as far as transferring everything over. But we'll look at the article and see what they have to say about it. And then the second thing, guys, we're going to look at, this is a little scary, and it was the primary reason why I stopped messing with ICOs in the US that were US based. There's a report out saying that the SEC is expanding their crackdown on ICOs, and they've gone after a slew of them. Many of them have, behind closed doors, decided to settle and just return the funds to many of the initial investors in the ICO campaigns. So we're going to look at that, and that one is out of Cointelegraph, so that's going to be interesting to see. But first, the market cap, we are still down. We're under 200 billion now. I saw us as low as 194 billion dollars late last night. Not much real price action since the drop, to be honest with you. As you can see, the 7-day column here, you know, XRP down 21% in the past 7 days, Ethereum down 13%, Bitcoin Cash down 14%. Just a bad week for cryptos and the US markets, to be honest with you. I had a interview I did with Brit VR, and we talked just about exactly the Wall Street situation, equities, bonds, and also cryptos. I'm going to upload that in a couple days, so you guys check that out as well. But man, the chart, again, we've settled and taken a rest here around the 6100 area. Again, I don't see any upward momentum from here, though. I see us settling here and then taking another leg down here soon. Maybe, you know, do something like this, and then we'll take another leg down to try to test this area here. This is the major one, though, 5900 on Bitstamp's exchange, and we got to try to hold that area, guys. We definitely got to try to hold that area. So let's just see what happens. I'll let you guys know where we stand tomorrow. Again, I think we're going to be kind of sideways for a day or two until everything rebalances, and then let's see, you know, maybe the bulls will pick up the pace, but I'm not too convinced from here, guys. I think the bears have clearly taken over the markets yet again. And the first article out of Cointelegraph, again, report says that SEC expands crackdown on ICOs. Regulatory ambiguity remains, they say. The US SEC has expanded its crackdown on initial coin offerings, putting hundreds of projects at risk, according to a recent joint investigation by Yahoo Finance and Decrypt Media published on October 10th. The authors of the report stressed that hundreds of crypto and blockchain startups that conducted token sales have eventually found that they had violated securities laws despite their endeavors to comply with regulations. In response to SEC pressure, dozens of firms have reportedly quietly agreed to refund investors' money and pay fines rather than attempt to reach a legal compliance. According to Yahoo and Decrypt's conversations with more than 15 industry sources, many startups that were subpoenaed by the SEC did not know how to satisfy the commission's demands and were unable to consult with the firms on how to handle their matter. The sources, who are represented by employees of subpoenaed companies or their attorneys, prefer to stay anonymous due to SEC restriction from disclosing the issue. An anonymous securities attorney at a high-profile Silicon Valley firm told Yahoo and Decrypt that while everyone's holding their breath, waiting for new rules. The SEC is not going to provide them. According to the anonymous attorney, while dealing with the recently emerged industry, the SEC still applies the same laws, the same statutes, the same rules to stocks and bonds and everything else. And that should be, honestly, I'm just going to stop right there. That should be totally illegal. That's just lazy. They need to give guidelines, clear guidelines, in my opinion, on what these companies should be doing. There shouldn't be any ambiguity any longer. It's been over 2 years now, almost 2 years since, the ICO game kind of heated up. It's just no reason why these companies shouldn't have clear rules, in my opinion. You guys let me know your thoughts. The article goes on to say here, as previously reported by Cointelegraph, there has been a cascade of uncertainty associated with the existing ICO token classification, which only further complicates the development of desperately needed regulation for ICOs. While major altcoin Ethereum was launched back in July of 2015, the SEC stated that the cryptocurrency would be regulated as a security only in June this year, despite calls for regulatory clarity and comments from lawmakers that the ICO industry needs light touch regulation. The SEC continues its crackdown on ICOs. It's just insane. And lastly here, guys, it says, according to a recent study by financial research firm Autonomous Research, ICOs raised $20 billion since the start of 2017, which is $18 billion more than the previous year. With that, more than 80% of ICOs that were conducted in 2017 have been identified as scams by the ICO advisory firm Status Group in July. Still, the U.S. is ranked the most favorable country for the ICO market based on the amount of funds raised by top companies in the field. So, man, there you have it. Very sad. And again, we've got a lot of tail risks still left in this market, meaning for us to head lower. One being, I told you yesterday, one being the sell-off that we're going to see at the end of this year, I believe, from individuals and companies selling their stakes in these different tokens and cryptocurrencies to lock in those losses, so they can take advantage of that in 2019 and beyond. And secondly, more SEC mess. I see that being an issue that we're going to have to really digest, and especially because we're not getting clear guidance from them. So as you can see from the article, there are many ICOs out there in the US that are still under risk of being shut down or fined, or both. And man, it's just sad. That's gonna hold a lot of these prices suppressed, or if it's not suppressed, you still have the risk, or run the risk of seeing a just drop off in the price, a crash in the price, if some news came out about the particular company having to refund your money. In the article, it talks about not being able to say anything to the public. These companies can't, so we don't know which companies in the US are actually going through this right now, and you won't know until you get word that they're giving their ICO funds back. So you'll know at that point for sure. You guys let me know your thoughts on that, though. This is crazy and unfortunate, to be honest with you. It's just a damn shame. The second article, crypto briefing, Bitfinex. The old Bitfinex back in the news yet again. So it says Bitfinex suspends fiat deposits. Normal service to resume soon, says Bitfinex, but the rumors keep flying. Of course they do, because people love rumors. And here's the problem with rumors. It's asymmetrical. You can come out with a rumor, spread it, no evidence. No evidence is ever given. It's just speculation. And I don't have a problem with someone saying they believe or they have a suspicion that XYZ is going on. But you have people that come out and say stuff that and put it out as though it's gospel, like it's the full truth, but never present any evidence. So I don't have a problem with people coming up with theories about things, but I need some evidence, people. I need full evidence, articles, links, something. something that says something is going down with a particular company or such. It says here, Bitfinex has paused all fiat currency deposits for the US dollar, euro, yen, and pound. The block reports, although deposits are expected to resume within a week, the troubles are likely to fuel rumors of an impending collapse. It says here, the temporary suspension of fiat deposits to the fourth largest cryptocurrency exchange would ordinarily be considered a normal glitch if it did not follow on the heels of wild rumors about solvency of Bitfinex and its banking partners. Last week, Bitfinex defended itself from a flurry of Medium posts, which now are removed. I'm going to say that again, which have now been removed. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. These individuals can put out Medium posts, videos, and do all that, and there's no recourse for them spreading anything negative or false. I shouldn't say negative, anything false about a particular company or person. All they have to do is just remove it once it's found to not be true, and they never come out with oops, I'm sorry, I thought that XYZ occurred but it didn't, here's the truth. That never happens. It's always up on to the next rumor, right? That's how it goes. But at any rate, it says here, claiming the Medium post claimed that their exchange was insolvent. In a blog post on October 7th, Bitfinex staff even published access to various cold wallets, showing that the exchange still controls billions of dollars in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and EOS. They say here in their blog post, Bitfinex is not insolvent, and a constant stream of Medium articles claiming otherwise is not going to change this. As one of the only very few exchanges operating since 2013, these are facts, with a small team and low operating costs, we do not entirely understand the arguments that purport to show us to be insolvent. And that's another thing, like, do you know how much these freaking exchanges make? They make, man, Bitfinex may make billions a year, like very close. They may make revenue, top line revenue, maybe in the $300-500 million a year easily. And listen, once you have an exchange up and running, most of your cost is going to be in security, and even if that, they're not spending $500 million a year in security costs. So yeah, I don't see them having an issue, but hey, you never know. It could be a Mt. Gox situation, but I highly doubt it at this point. They don't behave like I was there when Mt. Gox went down. I started pulling my money out when Mt. Gox started acting really funny about allowing me to withdraw my Bitcoin. It started to take 5-6 hours instead of something that would take normally a couple of minutes to initiate a withdrawal. So when I start seeing that, and then the spread started changing, I was like, you know what, I gotta get out of here. So I did. The article goes on to say here, banking problems for Bitfinex. The rumors were prompted by reports that Bitfinex banking partner, Puerto Rico's Noble Bank International, was no longer profitable and in search of a buyer. Bitfinex strongly denied these stories and allegations while insisting that the bank's troubles have no impact on our operations, survivability, or solvency. Earlier reports suggest that Bitfinex has moved its fiat accounts to HSBC to take over its banking, and the deposit troubles may be related to the switchover. That's what I'm thinking. As Bitfinex pointed out in the blog post, it is not alone in struggling with the banking system. They say here, complications continue to exist for us in the domain of fiat transactions, as they do for most cryptocurrency related organizations. Speculation is inevitable. Bitfinex's trouble come at the same time as a brutal market correction that wiped out $13 billion off of the market cap, and the apparent coincidence has revived the rumors. I'm sure some sources have suggested that investors rushing to get out of Bitfinex may have contributed to Bitcoin's sell-off and yesterday's dip in the market. The figures show that the exchange held 226,000 Bitcoin on September 9th, which has dropped to 141,000 Bitcoin at the time of writing. That's a big drop. That is definitely a big drop that may be indicative of investors either selling or pulling funds out of the exchange. The stock market had its worst day in 8 months yesterday, though, and there were clearly a number of factors at work. It remains to be seen how the situation at Bitfinex plays out and when or if normal service is resumed as promised in the days ahead. Now, like I said, I just want the facts. I mean, if that is the case, that HSBC has dropped them, send me a link. Somebody send me a link in the description of this video, in the comments in this video. Send me a link. I want to see it. Other than that, I still say don't trust exchanges. That's number one. Number two, go off the facts. And you know, that's part of the issue in this cryptocurrency game. You can just be so flippant with these rumors with no repercussion, and so it causes people to panic. It definitely does. So you guys let me know, was this crash, this Bitcoin crypto crash, related to Bitfinex, or were there other factors that kind of caused this crash? I personally think that could have had a small factor in it, but I also think that the crash happened in Asia time zone, so I'm assuming that people in Asia woke up to a US equities market that was down 800 points at that point, and even more in the futures, and panicked and said, I gotta sell some crypto to cover either margin calls or to buy more equities. You know, that's just kind of my gut feeling. I don't have any evidence of it. It's just kind of what I'm thinking. That's my position on that. But you guys let me know your thoughts on that. I would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and also share this video. That's very important. Hit that thumbs up and click that bell. Make sure you do those 3 things for me, and I would greatly appreciate it. But that's it. It's your boy Crypto Blood, my 2 Satoshis for October 12th, 2018. Holla!